Well, good morning. For those of you, for those of my people in their native habitat, I would like to explain I'm outside. Yes, what you're seeing behind me is outsideness. Actually, it's a tree that looks almost dead, but it's not really dead. It's just not fully recovered from winter yet. We have winter in Phoenix. We do. And that jostling that you feel as you're watching this video is going to be cats bumping this table because they own the outside. So, just letting you know, my name is Edward, as if you didn't know that already, and welcome to More Geek Than Gay.
Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Good morning. So, I've decided to try to do this outside because we cleaned up the patio and I now have an outside, kind of. Um, Although again, the cats kind of own everything out here, so they will let their presence be known. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys these adorable little kitties that have decided to own the outside. Let me think. First of all, hey, come here. Come here, boy. This is one that we call Brownie. Say hi, Brownie. Hey, Brownie. This is the queen of the domain. This is Mama. Hi, Mama. Mama, do you see yourself? You don't care. Okay. Who else is out here? Where'd you go, Brave One? Oh, there's Brave One. Some of you may remember Brave One from before when he was a little tiny kitten. Come here. Come here, Brave One. Oh, he's a big boy now. This is Brave One. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Princess Retard. Oh, she's not going to come over here. Princess Retard is over there somewhere. Her sister Betty is probably hanging out in the front yard because that's what she does. And then Orangey the Destructive is out here too. She doesn't really like us. She doesn't really like anyone. Who else? Hey, don't fight around me. Come on. You know, you kids can come over here. There's a little porch over here, or a little ledge or whatever you want to call it, which actually is where we can store beer someday or something. But yeah, they're doing the bulk pickup in the alley of garbage. So we cleared our patio of all sorts of stuff, which also means that this could abruptly have to end at any moment because the bulk pickup vehicle could come by and be noisy, noisy, noisy. Retard! Princess Retard, come here, girl. Come here, Princess Retard. The one who supervised everything while we were going through everything. The week. Oops, come here. Oh, this is the Princess Retard. She's a big girl. Yes, she is. Oh. Okay. The week has been busy as per usual because again, mandatory 10-hour shifts. Although, did get to sneak away for a couple of them. Hey. Sister brothers over there. And oh, Mama's in a mood. Mama's in the mood to tell everyone that she's the boss. Doesn't matter who's out here. She's the boss. Which is true. She's almost the boss of us when we come out here. But it actually was slow off and on during the week. So our mandatory 10-hour shifts kind of went to mandatory 8-hour shifts and then most likely you could leave, except that sometimes they became more 9-hour shifts with some sitting around. And yeah, you're gonna get to experience the joy of listening to me eat, because that's what I do, especially first thing in the morning. And this is my happy little bowl. I have 4 bowls with happy little faces on them that I eat out of every morning, unless I'm having oatmeal, because I don't want these poor little guys to like crack in the microwave. Well, hi, Mama. Oh, I thought you were gonna come here so you could co-host with me. Okay, I gotta stop talking to the cats and start talking to you guys. Um, an old coworker of mine from when I worked at another location, um, a a grocery store that has its corporate headquarters here in Phoenix, and we worked at the corporate headquarters customer service line. Um, he no longer works at that corporate headquarters because he is now going to be working with me at my job doing the financial services, which I found out what my job title is. What is it? Financial services specialist. No, financial services something specialist level 1. Even though I'm kind of like a level 1.1 because I'm doing a slightly different job than everyone else. So I had to learn that job plus then up to my next job. And now when they have new processes in what I was originally hired for, I don't really know how to do those. They have 1 or 2. Unfortunately, they print out these papers, and I just kind of flip through the papers like going, okay, what do I do here? What do I do here? But anyway, Doug. Doug is going to be there today, starting his training, and it's going to be probably a little overwhelming looking because he's not even going to get a training class or anything. He's just going to go on the floor, and they're going to start tossing training at him. And this is a weird job to just start training on. It's not too bad though. You know, I'll be completely honest. It's not a bad job, and it just seems more confusing than it actually is. Um, on the flip side of that, another coworker of mine who was a current coworker, and sadly I have to use that past tense, she was let go. She informed me of this yesterday. So if anyone out there is hiring, I know someone who's looking for a job. Very nice girl, very dedicated to her job. You know, she worked, she did her 10-hour shifts. Okay, and there were many nights when she was the only person there doing the entire work of our department by herself. I had to make sure my microphone was still here. Um, so that's kind of the job front. Looking forward to working with Doug, even though he's going to be on the complete opposite side of the world from me, unless Teresa, for some reason, or our boss, decides that she's moving back to her old desk where she's always worked in the past, except for during this busy time. Um, and then maybe he'll be sitting where she sits, but most likely he'll be sitting where Anissa used to sit. Sorry, Anissa. Um, Joseph actually put in his resignation at his job. Um, Basically, he was working with developmentally disabled. There was one client that was really kind of maybe a nice guy. I never met him, but he was very difficult in some aspects, such as he would like make himself sick or whatever in order to get to spend one-on-one time with a staff member at home instead. And I guess on Friday that staff member decided, or that client decided that he was upset, and his new way of trying to do that was to um, I guess, take a swing at Joseph. Didn't make contact, but that's when Joseph decided that he had enough. And so I got to sleep in this morning. Yay. And so did Joseph. Yay. Um, so that's the work front right there. Oh, hi, Orangey. You're bizarrely close to me right now. That one eye just looks weird. That one eye looks very Phyllis Diller. That's what's going on there. Um, Come back. Come here, Brownie. And that was Orangey and Brownie. Um, on the pet front, well, you guys got to all meet the outside girls. Although Brownie and the brave one are actually boys, but they hang out with the girls. They get to be called girls. Whatever. Kind of like in the secretarial poll, which we're not allowed to call it that anymore. What do you call the secretarial poll now? Administrative assistant-ial poll? Whatever. So, hi boy. Oh, Joseph got all sorts of excited last night because, well, he found out the dates for Prince's tour, and he didn't. There was one that was like in San Diego or something like that, and one that was in Vegas. I'm just making those two locations up out of my ass, even though Vegas may be right. The San Diego, it was some other place in California. I don't know where it was. And he's like, oh, well, it's closed, so maybe I could do it. And then later, I'm online, and someone makes this comment about the Marquee and Prince, and I'm like going, hey, Joseph, where's the Marquee? Because I'm like thinking, I don't know of any place in Vegas called the Marquee. And he's like, well, Marquee's down in Tempe. It's like, I go, oh, really? Because basically, someone just posted on here about Prince at the Marquee, and night came to a screaming stop as Joseph went, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and jumped online, found that, and he sent out word to everybody, and now making arrangements for how he's gonna see Prince at the Marquee, where he's gonna be there for 2 nights and do 4 shows, an 8 o'clock and an 11:30. I'm really surprised that Joseph isn't wanting to do the 11:30 because Prince is apparently notorious for just going on and on and on and on and on. You get your money's worth from a Prince show, and that's even with the tickets being $250, which people are complaining about. But I'm like going, it's flippin' Prince. Of course it's $250. He never goes on tour, and when he does, it's an event. And this is one of the rare individuals that's gonna give you your money's worth. So get over it. It's $250. Now, admittedly, am I sitting there going, "Ooh, I want to spend $250 to go to?" No, that's $250. What the hell? But at the same time, there's no other concert out there that you could go to that's going to be worth $250, and that includes you, Celine Dion, or Bette Midler. Okay, we've seen all your good bits already. We've seen everything you guys have to offer because you haven't changed anything you do for like a decade. And I'm talking to you too, Cher. Where Prince is always changing his shit. Okay, you don't even know what songs he's going to be doing because I think he just makes them up on the stage. And I wish I was kidding about that. Um, I've seen concert footage and everything, and he just turns around to the band and goes, "Hey, remember that thing we were doing? Do it again, except for in G. I'm gonna do something." And then suddenly this whole weird song comes out, and he's doing Kashmir, and it's like, what? Okay. So that was the excitement of our yesterday. Um, I got myself a new phone. I haven't activated it yet, but because at Comic Con they're gonna start, we're gonna need to be able to talk to each other using stuff that apparently they all have um, on their phones, and my other phone didn't have the capability of carrying. So, um, this one is a low end Android, but that's perfectly fine. I don't need a high-end Android. Although, admittedly, I've been wanting to activate it all weekend. I have 4 days left. Well, today I have 1 day left on my old service, and I've been wanting to activate this one, but I wanted to, use up my old service because sometimes I'm cheap like that. And I had to keep reminding myself I wasn't going anywhere where I needed service because at work there's Wi-Fi and at home there's Wi-Fi and this thing works off Wi-Fi. The only thing I'd be doing with this is making calls. And I had a phone with service on it that I could make calls with. And I'm gesturing completely off screen and you can't see it. So, but I got a new phone, which means that also if I get contacted during the day about something going on with the podcast, I can go online and fix it because at work the firewall did block certain things. It didn't block YouTube, which is really retarded. And for anyone who takes offense at that word, I would like to express my deepest get over it. Um, so that's how that is. Then yeah, I think that's pretty much catching up with the just weird whatevers of my week. Um, Gay shows. Dun, 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 gay shows. I still haven't made a bumper for that. We're looking at. Oh my God! Did they just fight out here all day long? Mama, Mama. Sorry. Um, let's see. Watch Project Runway. Didn't agree with who they sent home because Richard's time is way over there. And he's been in the bottom long enough that the black girl, she was. I wish I knew people's names. I don't. Orangey, shush. Um, she had an opinion. Why can't you get juniors into that store? And while yes, there were problems with it, I especially did not like the little heart cutout in the back. I actually got to where I liked the heart cutout a little bit more when I saw that the bottom point angle of the heart cutout was reflected in the angle of the cut of the dress. Did that make it anything that should have won? No, but it's made it something that no, she shouldn't have gone home. Richard made the same dress he's always made, and it's time for him to go home. It's been time for him to go home. It's time for most of them to go home. This is the worst season of Project Runway ever. It's even hard to get up any sort of. While I enjoy watching it to a degree, um, it's hard to get up any sort of excitement about talking about it just because what's to talk about? They're teams making mediocre clothing. We're seeing better stuff from Fashion Star, which was okay. I don't agree with who they sent home. They should have sent home the other guy who made the tree dress. Okay, they sent home a guy who made men's. Their challenge was to make something that looked good on a model size person and on a regular size person. He made this pullover, like I think it was a jersey material pullover, and he sent it out on a model, and he sent it out on a guy that probably had the body of like I played football in high school, that type of guy. It looked good on both of them. It actually did. They didn't choose to get it because, and what happens is the stores have to bid on whether or not they want to carry it in their stores, and they didn't choose to bid on it because the material he used, if it was on like a fat guy like me or something like that, would cling to every lump and bit of fat as compared to being on a big guy or a model. Well, you know what? It looked good on the two people that he sent it down on. Okay? And there are big guys and there are people the size of the other guy who do this sort of shopping. So, okay. There's still a market for this. The one who I think should have gone home because of horrible taste made this dress that was a tree up one side, and as he was describing it, it was of it was an interesting idea that I truly suspected was not going to be executed well at all. And lo and behold, I was right. It was executed horribly because instead of sewing in the patterns of the tree and all this and making a very classy and expensive looking outfit, it looked more. It looked like he drew it on with magic marker on top of felt onto a dress, and that you expected someone to just start going, "Welcome, oh welcome to our little play. I am a tree come to teach you today." It was just a horrible, horrible thing. The only thing that was worse was the thing that looked like a bra sewed to a slip, which if you really want to see it, go look it up. It was another loser, but she ended up safe also. Where they sent home someone who made an actually good looking outfit, just not on everybody. As compared to these other two who made two horrible looking outfits on anybody. I don't know. I don't get what these judges or whatever are thinking sometimes. Um Project Runway. Oh yeah, Project Runway, then there was Fashion Star. Don't know what's going on excuse me, on the face. Don't know why, but I don't know. Has a show been on? I don't know if I missed one or not, but I don't recall seeing one this week. And then that takes us to RuPaul's Drag Race, except for it doesn't, because my last episode was so late. I talked about this week's RuPaul's Drag Race on that episode, and the next episode hasn't happened yet tonight. It's going to be tonight, which will feature them doing apparently telenovelas, and I'm really hoping that Roxy gets her head out of her ass because I still am expecting a Roxy Detox um, Jinx final, but only if Roxy will stop being all shaken by the fact that she had a bad challenge and then she had a mediocre challenge after that. She needs to get over that. Just take a deep breath, regroup, move on. And I think she's still being shook a little bit by that. So that's pretty much my gay shows this week. I don't. Did anything happen on Face Off that was interesting? No, not really. They're down to the final three now. I can't tell you what they did to get down to the final three, so that tells you exactly how exciting that was. Um, I remember there was a giant thing. What did they make? I don't know. Um, Joseph's all excited because Les Miserables has come out on DVD, so that's probably what he's going to end up watching today is Les Miserables. Um, and not to say that I don't want to watch it, I'm just saying I'm not excited. Um, then, oh, oh, hi. So I have a window to the house right next to me that leads inside. That's part of what this is. This is the house, and a cat just jumped in the window to see what I was doing. Hi, Tippy. Hi, Tippy. I would turn this so you could see, but the windows are filthy, and you don't need to see that. Um, so wow, what else? Now just kind of onto stuff. And first, when I went and got his copy of Les Miserables, I also happened to notice a movie that is probably going to be horrible. Absolutely, pretty much sure it's going to be horrible. I have a collection of all the movies that are Night of the Living Dead. Okay, all the remakes, the 3D one, the horrible animated one. That if you see one that says it's made with all these different animation styles, run, run. I also try to. I've gotten a lot of the other Romero remakes, the Dawn of the Dead one, of course, the Day of the Dead. Um, And I also have the Reanimator series, which I'm still hoping someday they'll come up with a fourth fourth movie of. So when I saw, and I didn't even think about Reanimator at the time. Okay, that's what should have indicated that this really is something I should run from, but I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know. But I saw Da da da. Night of the Living Dead 3D reanimation. So, didn't even dawn on me that they put in reanimation, which probably is referring to Reanimator. I was busy like going, Night of Living Dead, alright, a new one. I probably don't need to get it right now, though. I probably can wait. And, oh, it comes with 3D glasses. That's cute. And, oh my god, Jeffrey Combs. Yay! Jeffrey Combs was in Reanimator, which, admittedly, the Reanimator movies are not the greatest movies. Jeffrey Combs is what makes the Reanimator movies fantastic. Jeffrey Combs is a fantastic actor who somehow ends up doing all of these B-grade horror movies, even though he's a much better actor than that. Okay, Keanu Reeves should be happy that somehow their careers branched in completely opposite directions of where they should have been going. Jeffrey Combs also played one of the Andorans on Star Trek Enterprise. He also he played Dr. Mordred in the movie Dr. Mordred. He has done a one-man stage show of Edgar Allan Poe, which supposedly has been absolutely fantastic, very well received critically every time it's done. Jeffrey Combs is fantastic, and he understands humor and how to put humor in things where people normally wouldn't. And it's the one reason why I went ahead and paid the more than $5 for this movie, which $5 was the most I was going to pay for this until I saw his name. But he's the one reason why, because even if that's a piece of crap, he's going to be fantastic. Okay, they would have to get like a horrible director who decided to like roofie him and just pose him using popsicle sticks throughout the whole thing to ruin Jeffrey Combs' performance. Hello, boy. Yes, hello. Oh, hello, 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 hello. Okay, that said, pardon me. Looking forward to Doctor Who coming back, even though I'm just getting really sick of how Doctor Who is right now. I don't know why the companions aren't doing anything for me. The villains are doing even less for me. Matt Smith is still doing a surprisingly great job with the part. Given the fact that I truly did not expect a 12-year-old to play a good Doctor Who, but he is playing a fantastic Doctor Who. But at the same time, I think I'm just tired of Moffat and his crew, and I think it's time for them to move on and us to start getting a new direction. Not the new directions, because they're on Glee and they're possibly evil Glee Club or something like that. But or is the new directions the Glee Club's name that we're actually rooting for on Glee? Oh, I can't keep track of Glee. I watched Glee this week too. I don't remember what it was that happened on that. Seems like there was some kissing and some singing and some mediocre dancing, and then things got resolved that there was no resolution, of course, because things got resolved, but then again, more things didn't get resolved, and oh yeah, now Blaine's a secret spy Cheerio. Whatever. Okay, so off of that, um, with wow, you're being surprisingly brave over here, Orangey. That's weird. Um, with all that, Doctor Who though, I have been getting a nice little Doctor Who fix with Big audio adventures, which if you want to give them a try, I'd say go for it. They actually even have a $5 sale on a whole bunch of their audio casts or what are audio adventures, whatever you want to call them. If you want to just give it a quick sample, there is a 99-cent, like I think it's maybe half an hour long adventure. And they get a lot of times they have the actors who actually played which Doctor they're doing. They have adventures for Tom Baker, Peter Davidson, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Dr. 8, McGann, Patrick McGann. I feel so badly for Dr. 8 because I always forget who he is. So those 5 doctors have recorded adventures that are actually many times of better quality than what we've seen in the last 2 years on the TV show. Um, and like I said, they have a $5 sale right now. The adventures are a lot of times like an hour and a half to 2 hours long, and they also get guest star. Like there's Sarah Jane Chronicle ones, which actually feature Elizabeth Sladen playing Sarah Jane. The people who played companions in the other episodes a lot of times come back, um, and you get to. It's a nice bridge to the old Doctor Who for people who are only accustomed to the new Doctor Who, because one of the big things that people have with the old Doctor Who's is a lot of times the 70s and 80s BBC production values, which oddly enough were not as good as 60s BBC production values. Um, and so here you don't have anything you're watching to distract you. You don't have wobbly sets and paper mache aliens and gravel pits playing every planet known to mankind. You actually just have the actors in these well-written scripts that kind of just play all that for you, and you get to actually see no. There's a reason why people liked the old ones. My piece of advice for anyone who wants to watch the old ones and give it a chance again is watch them as theater. Imagine this is something that you see on stage, and that's how come a lot of it's kind of cheap, because they don't have special effects for on stage as much as they do for on film. Okay, so watch it as if it's a film stage play of Doctor Who. Last week, as I said earlier, I did a late episode for my thing, but I finally got my Superman episode out, and um, I still can't believe that I missed things. So I may have to do like a pardon me, a part 2 Doctor Who, a part 2 Superman episode. Gosh, Orangey's just mean. That's all that is. That's just a mean cat back there. Um, but I mean, I didn't even talk about Superman's romances with Lois Lane, Lana Lang, Lori Lamaris, the weird hinted at thing that they did for a while with Wonder Woman, which they've decided now, no, really, he's dating Wonder Woman, which is just stupid. I'll just say that right there. This is the dumbest thing ever. And then there was a little blank spot where when I started talking about how I enjoyed Dean Cain's performance as Superman, someone's driving through the alley, so you're going to get to hear a car. When I enjoyed Dean Cain's performance as Superman, not just because he's really pretty to look at, but because he also provided a likable Clark Kent that you could understand Lois getting with, instead of every other Clark Kent we've ever seen before that. So, like I said, may have to revisit Superman. I don't know. And we still have yet to finish the Superman fashion show. All we did was got Joseph's opinion of the Cosmic Boy Bustier, which we have to get him to see the rest of the slutty outfits from that time period so he can understand that the Cosmic Boy Bustier actually kind of makes sense in context. Very fashion forward for the future sluts of the Legion of Superheroes. I'm umming a lot right now. I think it's the outside environment, all this fresh air. It's like doing weird things to my brains. And let's see. Doctor Who, Superman, Night of the Living Dead, 3D, reanimated, or reanimation. Oh, I actually got some comic books the other day. I haven't done that in a while, actually. Just been still comic books have gotten kind of expensive, and all the companies have worked really hard to prove that they don't want my business by basically just starting over. Archie's the only one that seems to care about me, like, wanting to see them, or to read their comics. And I do. Read Crusaders, good bridge from the old traditional Crusaders. I hope they come up with collected versions of the original stories. There's going to be an Archie zombie series, not just like a 3-part story or whatever. No, an Archie zombie series, which one of the promo things I saw featured Jughead as a zombie, and they said that while it's still going to be Archie, everything's Archie humor, they're going to kill off characters. It's like, oh, I really have to see how they manage to blend both of those things. I'm flippin' intrigued. Read a little bit the Superman Wonder Woman love story. Read a little bit of it. Sucks. I read the oh so important last issues of Grant Morrison for Superman that were supposed to be all sorts of world changing or life changing or whatever. Sucked. It was just dumb. Read the last issue of Amazing Spider-Man where Dr. Octopus kills him after they switch brains, of course. So now Dr. Octopus is in the body of Peter Parker, and Peter Parker, or Spider-Man, died in the body of Dr. Octopus. Actually, not as bad as what I was afraid it was going to be. And the first issue of Superior Spider-Man, where Dr. Octopus decides to try to be an even better hero than Peter Parker was. Intriguing. Really curious what they're going to do with the Dr. Octopus character once Peter Parker comes back, because we all know this is only short term, and that Peter Parker is coming back. I mean, hell, they're already planting that in the very first issue. So, read one of the Marvel X-Men titles, which would have been interesting if it wasn't. It was basically bringing the original team up to the future, or up to the present. So they're younger and more idealistic and all this, which would have possibly been interesting if the series wasn't already bogged down in such multiple layers of X-Men crap that it just ruined it. Avengers Arena, which basically they gather a whole bunch of teenage heroes and force them to fight it out to the death, a la Hunger Games, which they even the villain even says, hey, I read this great book while I was in prison, and I thought, what a great way to get rid of a whole bunch of teenage sidekicks. First issue was surprisingly good. First issue was actually the best thing I've read from Marvel, other than their relaunch of Fantastic Four wasn't bad. Also, not 100% positive if it can keep up that, because I can easily see the relaunch of Fantastic Four just kind of going off somewhere and going nowhere. But at this moment, Avengers Arena and Fantastic Four are the two strong things in the whole Marvel relaunch that they're doing. Because not to be outdone by DC, Marvel is relaunching pretty much every single one of their titles. It's just that, unlike DC, which also decided to clear up a whole bunch of stuff, which they've done over and over and over again, so they really didn't need to be clearing up too much, Marvel, on the other hand, is not clearing up anything. They're just relaunching everything and keeping all of the crap and garbage that they have bogged themselves down with over the years. Oh, they're keeping all that. Ugh. Marvel, just learn. Just give one big smooth event that will clear out all the detritus, and then you can go on. Okay. Well, hi, Orangey. That's so weird that you're right next to me again. So that's kind of my geek stuff this week. I'm still waiting for excuse me, for Orphan Black. I'd kind of given up on Once Upon a Time, even though the last episode I just saw on accident looked vaguely interesting. Got them back in the town and kind of kept them out of these adventures in the rediscovered fragment of fairy tale land, which I didn't care. I really lost interest the second season. Um, Dallas, don't care about that. I don't even know why I mentioned it. Larry Hagman's dead, so there's no reason to watch that show anymore. And it's not really a geek show, so I don't know why I mentioned it. Um, I need to get ums back out of my vocabulary. Wow. The outdoors is really distracting. Hi, Mama. Mama. Oh, the Mama Kitty. Yes. Anybody who's curious, do want to give you a quick update with the guinea pig. Last time that I put her in the bathtub for her to do her water therapy or swimming around and everything, she was moving her hind legs. Yeah, moved her hind legs. So that's a good thing. Um, and with that, I kind of just leaving that as the good thing there and gonna sign off for the day. Don't know what the topic's gonna be for the upcoming audio podcast of next week, but remember, next week it's going to be just the audio podcast, not there's going to be no video to go with it. And then in 2 weeks you'll see the video podcast, a video and an audio podcast both. Okay. Next week I am hoping to, and I really need to get an idea together of what I'm going to do, because next week will be the 13th episode. Will be unruly teenagers. Woo! Ah! And I plan on, in my unruly teenagerdom, hopefully getting this up onto iTunes. So give me ideas, respond to stuff, post, reply, comment, do all that stuff. Share with all your friends because, gosh darn it, I think I'm going to try to take the launch. I made crazy eyes. If you're looking for a good charity, get in touch with those guys at Joshua Tree Feeding Program. As I say every week, they are there to help feed or provide food and stuff for people with HIV and AIDS. So their Facebook page. Well, they do have a Facebook page, so you can look up Joshua Tree Feeding Program on Facebook. But they also have a web page, which is www.jtfp.org. And they will be able to help you out with all sorts of stuff, okay? Don't forget to go look for Jenny Koch at pretty much any con you've gone to. Look for a lady with a pink hat. She's going to be at Phoenix Comic Con. And she writes fun books. And also, I was going to give a quick shout out to AZ Masquerade LLC, which is a company that my ex is putting together to help with. Basically, it's going to be working. He's setting up homes for developmentally disabled, and I know that he's looking for whatever assistance he can get right now as he's trying to get it started up. Hopefully by next week I'll have some sort of contact information and we'll get you guys all hooked up there. So, with that said, it is time for me to cut this off. My computer's wanting to shut down anyway. So, have a good week. See you next weekend or Monday-ish. And, yay! Bye!
How was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're out of sight. Yeah, show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Oh, because my loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When you're not with me, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh baby, baby, the reason I breathe is you. Yeah, you got me blinded. Oh pretty baby, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. It's not the way I planned it. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me baby, 'cause I need to know now. Oh, because my loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When you're not with me, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Oh baby, baby, should have let you go. Yeah, yeah. I must confess, my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe you will be here? Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. My loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When you're not with me, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. My loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When you're not with me, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Nitro girls, dead ahead.
There's Che. She's the best. She's so real.
Do not concur. Sasha is the best of the best.
Whew. Artificial lighting, indoors. I'm back in my natural environment. Whew.